In the early 2000s, there was a massive tidal wave of hip-hop focused video games hitting home consoles. Games like 187 Ride or Die, 25 to Life, and one game in particular, Def Jam Vendetta. Released in 2003, it was the cancelled WCW Mayhem 2 with a blinged out paint job. It's a straight up wrestling game too. It's a very pick up and play, which is always good for an arcade-centered wrestling game. This will be developed by the Aki team, the legendary team behind classics such as WCW vs. NWO War Tour, No Mercy, legendary wrestling games of the 90s. I don't think anybody thought a rapper-filled wrestling game would be very good, but EA Big delivered like they did most of the time. Def Jam Vendetta will go on to sell nearly 2 million copies, making a sequel a no-brainer. And fast forward 1 year to 2004, EA releases Def Jam Fight for New York. And how did it do? Yeah, I think it did pretty well. Def Jam Fight for New York released on September 1st, 2004, officially making this a 20-year-old game. And there's a very good reason for that. Well, let's remember so fondly. This game has gone down as one of the best fighting games in history. It would take the bold decision to turn it into a straight-up fighting game, with the wrestling theme still apparent in gameplay, but not the main focus of the game. And once again, it has the pick up and play feel. It's easy to learn, but very hard to master and get good at. It's faster paced than Vendetta, it has a way better combo system, and would make a lot of improvements gameplay wise. This game came out in my personal favorite decade of hip hop, so the 2000s. Rappers in this game were the biggest at the time, like Fat Joe, Sticky Fingers, Redman, Busta Rhymes, Freeway, both members of Mobb Deep, and many more. We did lose DMX, sadly, and this game is missing arguably the biggest rapper at the time, 50 Cent, but that maybe has a lot to do with him being on a separate label. This game actually did have a lot of cut fires that I have talked about in a previous video. I made a video on the cut content of Def Jam Fight for New York, and it's actually one of my most popular videos on this channel. I'll put a card up. I recommend you guys go check that out. Fight for New York would also remove pinfalls, but would add many more ways to KO someone. A flurry of Muay Thai knees that can be comboed into a blazon, a strong haymaker punch, weapons from the crowd, or submissions, and you'll learn not to underestimate submission fighters when you fight Ice-T and Busta Rhymes. You can tell the rappers and celebrities actually put real effort into their voice acting. You can they really did care about being in the game. They didn't like, yo, I'm gonna get this check and then bounce. I don't really care about my job. And they also picked out their own outfits and finishing moves. The improvements aren't just in the gameplay, the game's story mode is also fantastic. And Vendetta, you just use a pre-made character who didn't speak, who would occasionally upgrade his outfit. And Fight for New York, full customization. You can buy clothes from Snowman, get tattoos from Manny, get a haircut at Stingray's barbershop, and get jewelry from real-life jeweler Jacob the Jeweler. This is probably just a me thing, I don't know if anybody agrees with this, but there's a certain cross-chain in this game that looks exactly like 150 Cent had during this game's release. I don't know, let me know if you guys agree or disagree. This game's story, narratively wise, is actually top-notch. The premise is this. After the ending of Vendetta, the game picks up with two cops arresting D-Mob, voiced by Christopher Judge, aka modern-day Kratos. Suddenly, a black SUV rams a police car off the road, and we see D-Mob being escorted by a random suspect. One of the cops describes us and the police sketch artist, and that is how we get our player customization. That's gotta be awesome. Like I don't know if that's just me, but I think that's a genius way to have your player customization. We're brought back to the safe house and introduced to Sticky Fingers and Method Man, and after some light training, we are officially recruited into D-Mob's camp. We fight for D-Mob and take over territory. In our way is Crow, played by Snoop Dogg. He is the rival to D-Mob, and we take over his club by defeating his bosses. After clearing the foundation and the limit bar, we are challenged by Ice-T. This fight is actually pretty difficult if you don't know what you're doing, by the way. After defeating Ice-T, Crow shows up and disrespects our entire crew, and this does not sit well with Sticky Fingers.
Yo, look who's here.
Well, if it ain't America's Most Wanted, that police composite don't do justice to your ugly face. Shut your mouth. Thought your boy might want some real competition. Crack could use the exercise.
What are you doing here, Crow?
Oh, you know, just thought I'd come by and see how my new club is doing. Just a matter of time before we take this place over.
You better watch your step.
Uh-oh, I think I offended him. Hey, let's bounce, fellas. Oh, one more thing. Any fighters here that want to make some real money, you best join up with me before it's too late. Thanks for the hospitality. See you soon.
Later, we defeat Dub C in our challenge to a winner-takes-all fight. If we win, Crow backs off. D-Mob selects us as our best man. This is when Sticky Fingers officially leaves the crew.
Great match, baby.
You came through for us again.
Looks like my man just took another one of your clubs, Crow.
That's what I want to talk to you about. Man, this war is costing us both too much money. You know it, and I know it.
What are you suggesting? A truce?
Something much more interesting. A fight. Winner takes all.
And the loser?
The loser? Hell, I don't know. Loser goes to Jersey.
Who are the principals?
My boy Crack versus your best man.
Yeah, and I'll make him bleed. Just ask Blaze. He remembers me.
Alright, you're on.
So who's it gonna be?
My partner right here.
What? Man, this is bullshit!
You better watch yourself.
Nah, man, you better watch yourself! I'm out of here!
Looks like you got yourself a little morale issue there, brother. See you Friday.
Don't worry about Sticky. You just be ready.
Our opponent, Crack, aka Fat Joe. And this fight... Look, I love Fat Joe's music, I really do, but this boss fight really makes me hate the guy. Thankfully, I've beaten this game enough times to win this fight on the first try, but as a new player on the hard difficulty, this boss fight sucks. See, CPU Joe just loves to spam the pedigree and haymakers, and it makes me think that he was watching a lot of Triple H at this time. If you've played this game, you know how much of a nuisance CPU Fat Joe is. This boss fight can eat a fat one. After celebrating our victory, the limo is hit by a drive-by shooting. Trejo, Busta Rhymes, and the now heel Sticky Fingers flee into the subway. Trejo stays behind to finish us off once and for all, but it is him who is finished. See, we don't just knock him out, although that is an option, you can do that, but the canning way is throwing him in front of a moving subway. Cold, son. That's cold. Our player wants to retaliate against Crow that same night, but Blaze reminds us that's not the way of the streets. That's not the D-Mob way.
Just get out of here.
No way! You coming with us!
Leave me.
Forget it! Crow's gonna die for this!
No, remember what I said. That ain't the way. Now get the hell out of here.
Come on, let's go! We got work to do.
Yeah, we gotta hit Crow back tonight!
No way. That's exactly what he expects us to do. He'll be waiting.
What? So we just run away scared?
Do I look scared? No. But I ain't stupid either. We gotta do things the right way. D-Mob's way. We take Crow's turf by beating his fighters.
Yeah, you're crippled and half the crew's jumped town. Man, we gonna need some help.
Hey! What's going on?
After clearing some more clubs, we take some sort of revenge at the Source Tag Team Tournament when we challenge Busta Rhymes after defeating waves of duos including Mobb Deep, you, and depending on who you chose between Omar Epps and Ice-T. Defeat Busta Rhymes and win a Fat Farm SUV, which is clearly supposed to be a 2003 Escalade, but they couldn't get the license, which is hilarious to me. Not even a while later, after defeating Lil Flip, man, who remembers Lil Flip? He had some bangers, I ain't even gonna lie. But anyway, after defeating Lil Flip, Busta Rhymes, Dub C, and Fat Joe confront us in the parking garage, leading to a fight.
That's what I'm talking about. Whooped that ass. Yo, what's up? Man, lighten up, man. The plan's working.
Is it? I mean, sure we winning some fights, but how do we know we get into Crow? So that's your ride, huh? No wonder you wanted this one so bad.
Hey, yo, shut up and listen, man. Right?
Crow wants you to stay up out his clubs, B. That's it.
Or what?
Or we gonna give you a dirt nap.
You tell Crow, if he's tired of losing, maybe he should find himself a real fighter.
Oh, so you's a real fighter, huh? Let's see how well you do fighting on your own.
And there's two ways you can actually beat him here. You can either A, knock him out, or B, if you destroy his car, it'll also count as a win. But Bus does not take this kindly at all.
You're gonna pay for wrecking my ride, bitch.
Crow, in his desperate attempt to get back on the winning side before a major fight with Exhibit, Crow gives us one final offer to join, and we disrespectfully decline.
Man, I said in a minute! What do you want, Crow?
We need to have a discussion. Alone.
Anything you gotta say to me, you can say in front of her.
I got a business proposition for you. I'll double whatever you gettin' if you come and fight for me.
But then I don't get to see the look on your face every time I take another one of your clubs.
I understand. You down with D-Mob. That's cool. But you're a winning fighter on a losing team, and we both know it's just a matter of time. So I suggest you give it some serious thought.
Okay. No. Now if you excuse me, I've got another club to win tonight.
And Crow will not take this fight lightly, as after a big gauntlet tournament where we fight heavy hitters like Fat Joe and Henry Rollins, he reveals he has our girl hostage, and we need to switch sides if we want to see her live again. And we can't say nothing about it. If anybody finds out, she's gone. Although I'm sure the player could have told someone and found some way to help. Does anybody else think that it would have been awesome to join Crow by choice? I mean, obviously it wasn't going to happen, but I think if the game gave you the option to turn heel, it would have been sick. This isn't me saying, oh, I wish we could have had this. I'm not saying that at all. It's just, think about it. Wouldn't it be awesome if you could do a bad guy run, like you know, after you beat the story the first time, you have the option to just join Crow outright? Wouldn't that be awesome? With our hand forced, we take back club after club, beating our friends unwillingly. Also, it's here where Ludacris gives us the funniest voicemail of the entire game.
You punk ass bitch! I knew we should have never trusted your ass.
With our hands forced, we put Crow back in power until he finally gets to the last club, 357. After defeating Redman, Crow is officially put back in power of New York. We ask him for our girl, and he tells us that there's just one more job we gotta complete.
Where is she?
Easy. You'll get your girl. First, I've got one last job for you.
Forget it, Crow. A deal's a deal now. Give me my girl.
Whoa, you better check yourself right there, bitch. You in no position to be making demands. You wanna walk? That's fine. But you ever wanna see your girl again? You gonna do what I say. You got it?
Just one more thing you gotta do.
So this is it, huh?
Hold on to this. Finish him.
Perfect.
After waking up and coming back to the good side, we defeat Crack and Busta Rhymes once again, and Bus reveals us the location of our girl.
Where's my girl at? Where is she?
It won't do you any good anyway, man.
Where is she? Come on!
We ain't never gonna let her live anyway, man.
Where is she, man? Tell me!
She's being held in the old tire factory in Brooklyn.
Wait here. Anyone shows up, you hit that horn. I'll be back.
Well, if it ain't the great fugitive fighter. Sup, champ? See you lost your escorts,
I'm just here for the girl, Sticky.
and I'm here for you. See, Crow figured this place gonna accidentally burn down tonight, and you two won't make it out of here. So I'm making sure that I get the chance to finally beat your ass once and for all. In the ring.
We confront Sticky Fingers in a burning building. After a back and forth fight, he is crushed and burnt alive. And our girlfriend is dead? It's never confirmed nor denied, but it's heavily implied, and it's here where this has gone from crew rivalry to deadly beef. We confront Crow, and Fat Joe and Dubsy turn face. We head up to Crow's office to confront him once and for all.
We end this now, Crow.
Hey, man, what you waiting on? Shoot this fool! Now!
Hey, yo, you know what? Fuck this shit. It's all yours.
Looks like you got a morale issue there, brother.
Come on, man. Ain't no need for this. Just join with me. I earned the city fair and square.
You broke the code.
Fuck the code. D-Mob was always talking that old school loyalty bullshit. You from the streets, you know there's only one code out here that matters. Ride or get rolled on. Hey, hold up.
You ain't even worth it.
After a back and forth battle, the canon way that this ends is that you throw him out of his penthouse window, but I just knocked him out because Snoop Dogg is incredibly difficult, and I wasn't playing no games. I wasn't trying to do all that, you know. And that's the end of the story. You kill Crow. This game has some after stuff you can do, like some optional fights and stuff like that, like tournaments, but they're not necessary. Once you kill Crow, it's 100% completion. Overall, this game is just really, really good. I kind of wish the Def Jam series would come back. I know people are going to be like, oh, it's because of Icon that killed the series. And while that is very well true, you guys know how I feel about Icon. There's no need to go into it. If you've watched the channel long enough, you know that I actually like that game. I recognize it's bad and has its flaws, but I'm actually a fan of that game. But if you guys enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, subscribe. And if you're watching this the day that comes out, I may have something coming very, very soon. That's all I can say. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notified, because there's a little something coming. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace. I'm out.